Hello all, hope all are fine. Today I'm here with a very interesting recipe. This is, in fact, it's one of my favorite. So I just thought of sharing it when I'm making it for you. This is just going to be aloo paratha. I hope many like that aloo paratha. So before I start, I thought I'll just show you how to boil this. This is normal, just I've washed and kept it clean. And just give some slight cuts here and there. Don't cut it deep, so that once this is boiled it will be quite easy for you to peel it. So like this you need to give a cut for all. I've just taken some 3 to 4 potato. It's just a rough quantity I've taken. Okay, these are all done. Now it goes into the water. Okay, now we'll boil this, and while boiling do not add salt, because it will then start letting out water. So always add salt when you are adding all the rest of the masala. So always boil it without any salt. Let's boil this and I'll show you how it is. So while our potato is getting boiled, let me make a dough for our the aloo paratha. This is just 3 cups of wheat flour, plain wheat flour. I'm not adding any salt in this. I'll be adding in the aloo masala, the stuffing which I'm going to make, not in the dough. So this is about 3 cups and here it is 2 cups of water. So let's see how much you'll be needing. The specialty of the dough required for aloo paratha is it should be hard. I mean, not soft. It should not be a soft dough. It should be hard, but yet it should be flexible. There should be a lot of elasticity when you are pressing out the stuffed paratha. There should not be any cracks. So that is how it should be. So let's make a dough out of this. Add little by little water. Don't make the dough like a usual chapati. Make it little hard. I just combine them all together. I'm yet to knead it, but before that, what I'll do, I'll just keep it covered for some time, say for about half an hour. I'll take a damp towel and then keep it covered. So this will become more flexible and more soft, and then we'll give a good knead also. So for 3 cups of wheat flour, I just use say about 1 and 1/4 cup of water. So that's enough. It's been half an hour since our dough is resting. So let's see. See now you can see it's become little soft also. So now let's start kneading it at least for 15 minutes. Give it a good knead so that it becomes supple enough for you to roll it out. I've kneaded the dough so well, about for 10-15 minutes I've kneaded it. Now it's ready. We'll cover and keep it closed. Meanwhile, we'll prepare the stuffings. Time to prepare the stuffing. For this, I've mashed this potato. I grated it. I used a grater for mashing this, so that won't leave any lumps. So that's how it should be. Or if you have a good masher, with that also you can do. But make sure there is no lumps. And in masalas, wherever your masalas, this is 1 teaspoon of amchur powder or the dry mango powder. This will give a good tanginess to your masala. This is half a teaspoon of roasted cumin seed powder. You may use the usual cumin seed powder also. And this is half teaspoon of red chili powder. And 2 teaspoon of coriander powder I have used, because it is this which is going to give the actual flavor. So you may use a lot of coriander powder for that. And in green masalas, 1 large onion finely chopped. Make sure it is finely chopped like this. And then finely chopped coriander leaves and finely chopped. This is 2 green chili. That's all. So let's start mixing all this together. now is the time we are going to add the salt. So I'm adding about 3/4. I'll just taste it later on and I'll add it. Just a little bit. About 1 teaspoon I'm adding. And let me give it a time to get our hands dirty. Give it a good mix. Okay, all this should be combined well. If you don't combine well, the salt and the masalas and all will get trapped here and there. It won't be even, so make it even. The spice and salt, I leave it to your taste. I'm just mentioning what I've added. But keeping it little extra spicy is actually good, because you can have it without any curry and all this. Just serve it with some the hot paratha and the good raita. That's it. Our stuffing is ready and the dough is also ready. So what are we waiting for? So let's start rolling out our parathas. Now time to roll our parathas. So for that, first you will need some dry flour, and make a peda like this and coat both the sides. And make a katori like. In the edges it should be thin, and in center you can keep it thick. I'm not editing it so that I can show you. Okay, and now I'll fill it. Now just hold it like this and just start pressing this down with your thumb, and then you just start closing it also. One side you'll be pressing it down, another side you'll be closing it. You have to go on doing it till it finally closes fully. Okay, and then just take out the excess. Now back to the dust. Just press once in the center and then you start pressing in the edges. Maximum try to make it big when inside the dust. This dust will actually help you a lot in when you are finally rolling it out. And then take out the extra dust. You won't start rolling from the center, but from the side like this. When you do this way, that is when you after using the dust, and then if you start rolling, this will not crack from the sides. This is especially for, I'm telling to those who are new to all this. As much as big you want to roll, you can roll, and it won't crack in the edges. Now let's roast this. I showed you one method of rolling the paratha. Now I'll show you one more method. This is for totally for the beginners. So for that, I've taken 2 small pedas, of which we'll be making 2 small puris. First we'll roll one. Those who don't know the first method, you can do it this method. stuffing. Just made balls out of the stuffing, so it's easy to handle. That's okay. And then spread it out. Leaving the edges. Take another puri, place it on it, and now just seal all the edges nicely. Now just dust the, and with your hand just try to spread all the masala and all this edges also. And now we'll start rolling. Same as the other one, from the sides first. This is totally for the beginners who don't know how to make the other way, which I've shown already. Though I don't recommend it much. That's it. Now let's start roasting it on the tawa. I heated the tawa on a medium flame, and also I greased it with some ghee, and there you go. Now we'll roast this one side for 2 minutes, and then we'll turn the other side. When you see the color on top side changing, we'll turn it. Again this side also 2 minutes, and then we'll apply the ghee. I'm going to apply the ghee. Ideally it's better if you use ghee. Just it's up to you, and you can be generous when you're applying, okay? Both the sides, you can just roast it evenly, and wherever you feel it's not roasted, you can just give it a press. So our aloo paratha is just ready. Our parathas are ready, and all that you need is some raita and pickle to relish it. So please do try and share your views with me. If you like my videos, please do comment and share it with your friends also. And that's it. Have a nice day. Happy cooking. Bye bye. Before I go, I just wanted to show you. Just wanted to cut and show you how it is inside. See, can you see this masalas? It is just spread all across. Okay, evenly it is spread. And this is that second, the paratha which is I made with the second method. That is with the two small portion, that paratha. So whichever method you like, please do follow and share your views.